on to you, Taurus. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and then you have the Three of Wands for you. So this is about how you, Taurus, are in a space where a lot of you very much so are doing your thing. The Ten of Pentacles is about self-fulfillment, right? Doing the things that you want to do, making sure that you're okay, making sure that you're the one that's happy, at peace with yourself. And then you have, right, an abundant, right? There's more to come, hopeful. The Six of Swords and the Three of Wands for you represents how this is a place where what you got going on is, for you, Taurus, what you've got going on is, but at the same time, though, you know, you don't want to hear any nanny boo-boo story of how a person wants to get your attention, play games, and all this other type of goofy stuff and all that nonsense and all of that. And because you don't care, basically, you don't care. You've got too much to live for. What does them having whatever situation they've got going on have to do with you? You're not with them. In all intents and purposes, a lot of you Taurus are single like a mug. You ain't really trying to hear the nonsense that they got going on. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords, right? Maybe you're in a relationship, but you hear someone, you know, from the past reaching out, trying to reach back and claim you and be in a relationship and all that nonsense, and you Taurus ain't going for it. Regardless, there's definitely some level of reach back happening. And the Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords is all about how, it ain't you, because you Taurus remember being heartbroken and, you know, wanting to do things the right way or whatever. And again, you know, everybody, you know, a lot of people's egos is gonna get them jammed up. That's all it is. I'm gonna say, because you know, it's a game. Okay, well, but a lot of you Taurus, again, that's why y'all are doing y'all thing. That's why a lot of you Taurus are probably single. That's why a lot of you Taurus are probably in a relationship, happy as a mug, because you know a person ain't playing games with you or whatnot, right? Facts. I'm doing what both my brothers did, right? Which is go overseas to find a mate and find one. And same thing when it comes to me, right? If and when I find one that ain't into playing games, show enough. So, no details. And so that's why a lot of you Taurus can't care about, you know, exes or like anybody trying to do the reach back, trying to get back good with you again, or their concerns. Because were they concerned with what you had got going on? Were they concerned with trying to do things the right way with you? You know, all they had to do was just figure out whatever their situation was and do better. But they didn't want to do that. So now, why should you care about what it is that they've got going on, right? And so now you have the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups, right? The Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups for you represents how y'all are in a space where y'all very much so are doing y'all thing, living your life. Sorry about that. You living your life, enjoying your life, you know, living your life. And they may not like what it is that you have to say to them, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter about what it is that they want, right? It doesn't matter. You're not with them. So it's like, what exactly are they expecting help from you for, right? It's kind of like you're still cordial and like somewhat tolerant of them, right? You know, obviously you're not gonna like go off on them or talk wild to them or whatever, but it's like these, you know, you're not together with them. And so this person, you have these people reaching out, but the way that they're reaching out, it's for no good. They're not reaching out from the perspective of, you know, I'm not finna do this anymore. They're reaching out from the perspective of dysfunctionality. And so it's like, okay, well, what exactly is really going on here? And so now you have these Seven of Cups, right? The Seven of Cups, which is about how, because you Taurus got your own thing that you've got going on, right? You got your own life. You know, a lot of people got their own life to live and all of that. You know, I've talked about this before, that like, you know, right? That like, you know, everybody got their own thing that they got to do, right? Like for me, you know, you know, trying to help a friend out, you know, somebody poured sugar in her literal tank, in a car tank, messed up the engine. So now, right, trying to essentially get it to fix, trying to help her out to fix the car engine or whatever the case may be or whatnot. And while at the same time, you feel me? While at the same time, I'm over here. After I finish with these next two videos, Taurus and Aries, I gotta go ahead and clean the stove and everything like that, because the Bunsen burners on the stove, you know what I'm saying, it's like half, on one side light and the other side not light. So stuff like that. So it's like I'm always busy. A person wanted to get a reading from me or whatever. I thought something was happening with them, and I had asked them, well, why, what's up, right? I'm thinking, it's a means for concern. Person let me know that they wanted a reading. By the time I went ahead, try to give them a call back, whatever, or reached out and let them know, hey, listen, contact me, you know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. I got things going on or whatever the case may be. Person, I guess they're a little bit upset. So I don't know, like I said before, everybody has their own thing that they've got going on. Some people keep their cards close to their chest, like I do. And so the Hanged Man and the Judgment is all about how you're in a place where, for you, a lot of you Taurus, again, you have to just sit and wait and not really be worried and be preoccupied with what other people got going on, and focus on yourself, honestly. Because you know what I mean? A lot of you Taurus, you can't control. No one can control, ultimately, really, what other people think and what they want to do and everything and what they want to say. People going to do whatever, right? We create these laws and people break laws all the time. So it's like you can't control people. It's if people want to participate. And so what's happening here is that the Judgment just represents how, this person has to accept the same fundamental law of reality, in that sense, that you, Taurus, ironically, have actually learned yourself, that you're not participating with this person. So this person could say everything that they can about you, talk wild, talk stupid about you, be at odds with you, be totally obtuse. None of that stuff is going to get you, Taurus, to come back. None of that stuff is going to get you, Taurus, to be like, oh yeah, let me raise my hand and sign up to be with that. Let me be with them type stuff. This is all just going to run you, Taurus, away even more. And so a lot of you are doing your thing. And, and a lot of you don't want to be with this person. And there's not a thing that they can do about it. But they seem to be delusional enough to think that they can try. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. So you have the Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, the World card, the Moon card, and then you have the Star card. So a lot of you are in a place where, for you, what you've got going on is the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the World card is all about how you Taurus, ultimately, not only are you moving forward and you don't want them back, you're confident with that decision too. You are confident enough to say you really don't want them back. The Seven of Swords, your heart would be cold to them anyway. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want them back. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them back. There's nothing that they could give to you that you, Taurus, would want. The World card, you know what I mean? They're trying to make it seem like the two of y'all could have been a good match. No, the two of you couldn't. Because them moving like that, them acting like that, and I've talked about it before, a lot of the things that people didn't really want to understand is resistance. I don't put up with people, resistance is something where if a person is super resistant to me, I ain't got to hang around them. I ain't got to kick it with them. Deal with whatever nonsense you got by yourself. I'm flying overseas, truth be told. I don't even want to, disrespectful, but you know how many goofy individuals who are talking to and like, you know, they, you know, you know, 1 minute they're not into me, the next minute they are, they playing games. Listen, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, right? You know, talking about the other person. It's like, listen, play games if you want to. I'm gonna go do what it is that I gotta do. Okay. When you end up by yourself and when you end up with a person that is driving you up a wall and have you pull out your hair, I don't have anything to do with that. That's on you, right? And so that's the mentality. That's what I think. That's the mentality of what I have, right? The resistance and all of that. The When I say the resistance, I mean like the combativeness that people will show you. None of that stuff is relevant because once again, once again, truth be told, people don't really want relationships like that, Taurus. Only the real people really want relationships like that because truth is, my dear Taurus, a lot of people out here playing games. If we're really going to tell the truth, a lot of people out here playing games, wasting time playing games, like I said, and you just happen to catch this person doing that. And so now the moon card and the star card here just represents, they done messed up, they done messed around, played around one too many times, played around with the wrong one, and they found out, right? They effed around and found out. Now all they want to do is get back right with you. But it's like, but they can't though. And this is how the story goes. People who overvalue themselves, who play games, end up doing the person whom they shouldn't be doing wrong. They do that to them, and then now they regret it for the rest of their lives, playing games with them because they were playing a game. They were BSing. They were taking their sweet time, BSing, wasting time, and the other person just said, I got a life. You, Taurus, have a life. You got things to do. And so that's what you, Taurus, did. You went ahead and you lived your life. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 200K. Let me see. We are at 26,925 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Also, too, if you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where you can get Kareemspiritworks clothing, books that I have there on Amazon, readings from me, birth chart readings, all of that good stuff. But yeah, Taurus, it's just, it happens like that. So a lot of you Taurus, though, are unbothered by that stuff. A lot of you Taurus are very much so unbothered by that. And you should be unbothered by it because at the end of the day, they are making not a very good decision for themselves. Me, it's gotten to a point with me, my dear Taurus, where honestly speaking, honestly from my heart, I don't care if somebody is interested in me or if they're not. They want to come off like they're interested. Now all of a sudden they're not interested. Whatever they change, whatever the situation is, maybe they changed their mind, quote unquote, whatever. Look, I remain sturdy and I remain steadfast and immovable. I have a plan. I know what my plan is. I know what I want to do. I want to stay focused. I want to go ahead, do my thing. All I'm missing is $1,000 consistently a month. Once I start making $1,000 consistently a month, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I can be out right now, but I mean like $1,000 more is the point that I'm making. Just 1,000 more added on top of what I make is what I'm talking about. Once I am able to afford that, or I have that, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Potentially for good, but I'm out. Relocate to a different country. If things work in the position or in the place where everything falls into place the way that I want. Yeah, days are numbered in the United States. Days are numbered. But that's it though. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Peace. Have a good one.